Think about a beta human who took a decade plus to get into a show that was trending a decade ago. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is me. That is I. I have finally took the plunge and I have landed myself into the world of Game of Thrones. That should say enough. That should wrap up the video. And yeah, have a good one. I just wanted to take a quick minute here and talk about the first season as I just wrapped up the first 10 episodes of the show. And boy, oh boy, let me tell you, this is a juicy show. And if you haven't seen the show, I definitely highly recommend you to start watching it. It's a great show. You can get it on Crave or whatever other way or means you have of getting your TV shows. I'm going to quickly do a little recap and voice my opinions and thoughts on the show. And I'd definitely like to discuss it in the comments because I am new to this. And if you're discovering the show for the first time, I want someone to talk to, because I missed the hype and I wasn't around for the good times on the internet of this show. This show is great and you're literally welcomed to the show with a decapitation and it really sets the mood for the rest of the show. Most of these shows that are in the medieval era, they're pretty gruesome. For some reason, I don't know, I made the link between Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones and I figured that, it's the same type of thing. Sean Bean's in it, Boromir type vibes. He got cut very short in that franchise. He got the shit end of the stick, was killed off in the first book. So yeah, I was like, damn, he's in Game of Thrones. I'm going to give him a shot and see where it takes us. I was like, all right, I'm going to get into this. Boromir's in it. I'm in it. I'm in for the ride, Got through the first 10 minutes of the show and saw my first head get chopped off because of a supposed treason or running away from problems or running away from the wall. I don't know. Essentially, it's just the Stark family, the Lannister family, feud between the two, the king and his queen, who's a bitch, and I hate her, his kids, who aren't even his kids. That's pretty much what the show is. That's all it's about. It's about sex. It's about killing people, decapitating people. I don't know what else there is to talk about because that's pretty much the entire gist of the show. After that decapitation, Bran, Ned Stark's son, for some reason I'm very vague on the details because it was 10 hours ago. Ned's kid was climbing up this wall. Curious George wanted to see. He heard some sounds, so he wanted to go up to the top. He likes to climb. No harm in that. He's a kid. He likes to climb. When I was a kid, I climbed some trees. Fell most of the time because I'm fat. Or I was fat. Yeah, so he was Curious George up in this shit. Went up to the top of the tower. Saw the queen fucking her brother, I think. Bran's surprised. He was like, damn, the king's wife is boning her brother. That's not the king she's boning. So something doesn't add up. So he just gets up there. It's like he just saw titties for the first time ever as a teen, but he's a child. So he's definitely in awe. He's awestruck. He's just looking. He's like, the Lannister dude decides, fuck it, I love you. And he goes over to the kid, pushes him off, and this kid lands on his back, on his spine, flat, like a fucking piece of roadkill. And to the viewer's surprise, the next episode starts with him in the bed, I believe. And at this point, we're all kind of like, okay, well, he's definitely dead. Like, they definitely killed him off at first two episodes. Set the vibe, like killing the guy in the first episode. With the decapitation, we kind of know what to expect. Okay, it's kind of weird that the main character's son was killed first episode, but this is definitely gonna stir up some shit, like it's gonna get things heated over here. That being said, I was like, okay, well, that fucking sucks, but I guess it's gonna be the way it is. And then to our surprise, he wakes up and remembers nothing, of course, as a young child would. Yeah, he has a few assassination attempts on him. And that's pretty much the gist of it. Jon Snow gets sent out to the wall. I'm not 100% sure why. I didn't really pay attention to that part. First few episodes, didn't really give a fuck. I was trying to get through the learning curve, I guess you could say, for the TV show. The details are pretty vague, but they're there. Yeah, I mean, Jon Snow's a pretty badass character. I like him a lot. I got fully invested into Ned, Boromir, and the Dothraki people. Those people were pretty fucking intense. King, whatever his fucking name is, I don't know. He got to slice up some dude at the end of the season, close to it, and he ended up getting hurt and died. So, spoiler alert, he ends up dying. And yeah, I mean, Khaleesi, his wife, the prince, dragon princess, or something, she ends off the season with her naked in the flames and ashes of her husband, and she has the hatched dragons on her shoulders. So, I mean, Ned gets killed at the end of the show, and that's pretty shit. But I mean, they did it in a way that they ended it off with, okay, well, what can be the second least shitty thing to happen? And I guess that was dragons. Dragons were pretty cool, so it kind of ended off the season on a bittersweet note. Instead of having two dead characters that were mainline in the story, we had one dead mainline main character and some dragon babies. Pretty cool. I mean, makes you look forward to quite a bit in the second season. So far, so good. The show's pretty fucking good. King Joffrey's a piece of shit. I don't like him. I hate him. I'm a newcomer, obviously, to the show, so I really have no idea what's in store, but I'm excited for it. I'm going to talk about the moments I remember very, very vividly. And the crappiest thing was definitely Ned Flanders. Ned Stark's head on a spike with his daughter being forced by King Joffrey to go and look at it in the eyes and be threatened that could happen to her too. And he's going to get her brothers and he's going to stake their heads on the fence of dead heads. She's going to just have to watch. And that sucked. That was the worst part of the show for me, I think. I didn't like looking at Boromir's head like that. Another thing that really grinded my gears, honestly, was the throat cutting of the horse in the ritual for the Dothraki king dude. I didn't like that. It looked way too real for me, and it put me in a weird place. So definitely got me a little uncomfortable there. The show's full of fucking ups and downs and swings and turns and sex and killing and lore and everything, you know? It's full of everything. Great show, honestly, but it's gruesome, man. I did not expect that from this show. I thought it was going to be more like The Lord of the Rings or something along those lines, but clearly not. Anyways, yeah, I mean, so far so good. I'm excited for the second season. I'll make another video whenever that comes to be. I don't know when it's going to be. I'm probably going to start the first episode tonight after I finish editing this video. And in a few weeks or in a week, or depending on if I can binge it, you know, as we say these days, maybe I'll put out a video sooner than later about the second season and my thoughts on that. So first season, I'd say it's probably a 9 on 10. The one that I'm not giving it, it's probably just because they're killing off so many people and they're just giving me so many mood swings and so much fucking bittersweet moments and crazy fucking plot twists, and you know, it's just a swing of emotions. I feel like I'm an SJW with too many things to talk about on Instagram. Anyways, that being said, thanks for watching. I hope if you have not seen the show, you take the time out of your day, or days, or weeks, or months, and you start watching the show because you saw this video. So if that's what you end up doing, please comment, please subscribe, and let's be in this ride together. I'm late to the party, baby, but it is what it is. So come with me if you want, and you can comment and we can talk about this and we'll have fun doing it. You know, it's just gonna be what it is. It be what it be. So with that being said, love you, take care, have yourself a good night, and I'll see you in the next one.